remember how earlier we were talking, although it wasn't, on video because I didn't have the video camera there, but before, a little while ago, I was talking to Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone as two legends. There's no two without a third, and here is the legend that is becoming Sarah Newton-Hawthorne. How are you, sir?
Sweet, Paco. Thank you very much indeed. I'm doing well, thanks. I'm doing well.
How has Dragonmeet been for you? How's the book coming now?
Well, Dragonmeet's been lovely. It always is. It's such a cosy Christmas convention. I just love it here. It's been a really good atmosphere this time. We've had lots and lots of good trade, lots of people getting interested in what we've been selling, and really, really nice pre-Christmas convention. As far as the book is concerned, we've done really well. We've sold. I think I've got 3 copies left, and one of them's the reader's copy. So it's been really surprising. We started off, a little bit quiet, but I think everybody has said this year that it's been a grand convention. Some really good sales.
Well, how's the Mindjammer press doing? Because you have been really plugging along and hitting the keyboard very hard.
Bags under my eyes. That's how it's doing. No, it's doing really good. It's doing really good. We've had the announcement I can make you an announcement actually. It hasn't actually become official yet, but I think with the Kickstarter approaching today or earlier next week, I'm going to be writing a brand new setting for Fate Core for Evil Hat Productions. And it's called Burn Shift, and it's a post-apocalyptic setting. There are links with the Mindjammer universe, but basically it's the Fate version of Gamma World. So it's using the brand new 4th edition Fate core.
That's brilliant. How did that come about?
With Mindjammer, Mindjammer 2nd edition is going to be a big 256-page hardback, and that's using the Fate core rules. And I got talking to Fred and Lenny and Rob over at Evil Hat because I wanted to get a glimpse of the new rules so that I could make sure I was developing the game correctly. And they just said, well, do you want to get involved in the Kickstarter? And I'm like, well, hell yeah. This is the 4th edition of Fate, which is my go-to system. So yeah, they just said, would you like to do something? And I'd had this sort of post-apocalyptic setting in my mind for more years than I care to mention. It was something when I lived in Japan, 20 years ago. I actually started doing it then. So it's been gestating longer than the Chronicles of Future Earth. And I've been looking for somewhere to put it. And Fred just said, what would you like to write for Fate? And I just thought, post-apocalyptic gonzo with Fate would be so cool. So yeah, and we've called it Burn Shift, which is the name of the new paradigm, the new radiation, the new mutagenic forces which have reshaped the Earth after this huge post-human cataclysm. It's not your usual Gamma World, which is like 1950s plus mutants. This is a future Earth. Right. Yeah, maybe 1,000 to 2,000 years' time, and post-humanity itself has collapsed. So you have a very advanced civilization which has collapsed into a post-apocalyptic setting. And the burn shift, the burn is the radiation, the apocalypse, the destruction. And the shift is the change of post-humanity to a new form of life with mutations and rapid evolution and so on. So it's going to be quite cool to write.
Trust you with coming out with something really, really wacky that makes sense.
I hope so. I've got another 2 weeks work on it, but it's looking good so far. It's not going to be a massive book this time. It's I think Fred and Rob and Lenny are producing, as part of the Kickstarter, a set of smaller capsule settings. Really, they've got some really cool ideas which are coming out as part of the Kickstarter. So I think we're looking at a slim booklet to start with, 15,000 words maximum, something like that. And if people like it, then who knows? The sky's the limit.
Now you know it. Get on to Kickstarter. I don't care what you think. Just get on to Kickstarter. Back this project now. Thank you. The day is nearly over, but I could not leave Dragonmeet without talking to Mr. Stuart Boon here, who is the responsible for one of my favorite supplements for Call of Cthulhu ever. When is Shadows over Scotland 2 coming out?
Well, actually, oddly enough, the scenario that was cut out of Shadows over Scotland is actually coming out. Awesome. So the Ballad of Bass Rock will be coming out as a PDF. But at the moment, what we're working on is Folklore is done. So Cthulhu Britanica Folklore, that's going into print. And after that, it's immediately jumping straight into London. So the London box set.
When is the London box set going to be coming out? Because it's been talked about for quite some time now.
It's been talked about and worked on for quite some time. So now that I've taken over as line developer, I've had the opportunity to take the sort of legacy products and bring them up to date. So for me, the real focus is on quality, making sure that that's there, innovative gameplay, and the writing is right there. So all of that, realistically, I think we're looking at getting around. Well, I want it to be out for summer, but I think we're also going to start out with a Kickstarter.
Okay.
So there will be a Kickstarter associated with it, and we're looking at all sorts of interesting things that we can actually get inside the box.
Kickstarter, tell me about that.
Early days, we're actually just looking at the financials behind it, but realistically we're looking at having some interesting stretch goals, so that beyond the box and beyond the material that you're going to get, we're going to get, for example, I'm a big map person, so I'm really interested in there being a really nice full color map. Full color handouts, but then a lot of interesting things beyond that, maybe a West End playbill, a lot of things that you can bring into your adventures that you can use with your players. And we're also looking for some stretch goals being for additional content. So perhaps a scenario written by a luminary, and several of those as well. So really building up the box so that's not just the 2 books or however, but a lot of material and a lot that you can play with, a lot that you can work with.
Sounds awesome, and I cannot wait. Stuart, thank you very, very much indeed.
Very welcome. Thank you.